Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. We're over here a week later than the previous video that came out, and the aspen trees are just full bloom now, green. The quaking aspens. This place would be beautiful in the fall when they turn yellow, golden. We're over here, Zen is over here gathering the last bit of snow so he can cool off. He's got about maybe 2 more days of snow left before it is all gone. I grabbed a bucket of snow for my ice chest, my nature's refrigeration. But I just wanted to bring you up here and wanted to take you on a view of the upper side of this campground. So let's go look at the upper campground of Spruce's Campground on Navajo Lake here in the beautiful state of Utah. This next section was recorded earlier, so that's why there's a difference in the snow piles. The beginning is now about a week later from the second section. So just to explain why there's not so much snow now. Here's a view of the lake from the upper campground. We're going to stroll around and see what we can find. Show you the campsites that are coming in. This is still under construction. This is the first part of June. As you can tell, it's not quite ready yet. There's no feed box, no post, no signs. There's a big pile of gravel. Trash cans are going to go there. And we're going to just walk on around a little bit and see what we got here. There's no site numbers yet, so I don't know exactly what numbers everything is, but there's a water spigot going to go straight in front of us. I've got Zen hooked up to a table over here, a nice big single site with some snow behind it still. He is resting in the shade of the picnic table, and he's already been into the snow and eaten a bunch of it. Well, there's going to be a single site there, and then a lot of aspen trees. There's several pine trees here that are still alive, so it's not as open as the lower campground. So you'll have a little more privacy, a little more shade. And there's a big site there. And the site to my right is a double site, which means it's twice as much money, but you can put twice as many people in there. Holds up to 16 people and 2 vehicles. We'll swing around here. And everything up here has brand new tables and fire rings and concrete. And they're going to pave the gravel, so it'll all be covered in black pavement. And easier to get around. This gravel is a little loose, and this mud gets a little slick when it gets wet. So there's a single site there, overlooking the road and the lake. I'm in a pretty good, this is a nice site. You can come up here and park your rig or your tent. Looks like your rig. I don't see a tent space for this one, but you've got this look over the lake. There's a highway. That's the Navajo Lake Road that goes between the 2 campgrounds, upper and lower loop. It's not too busy, just certain times of days when people are camping in and moving in and out. But they're beautiful. Look at the lake. And this one, this one is going to be RV only, I believe, because there's no designated camp tent site as like this one down below here. This is a single, so this would be like RV and tent. You can put a tent back on that pad and have a look at the lake. There's still some snow. Like I said, first part of June, still a little snow back on the shady side of the mountain, which is what we are on this side. All the snow on the lower side is gone. It is melted away. So we're going to walk up here to, I think these are 3 tent sites only, and maybe 4. They're kind of small to get a vehicle into. But like I said, they're still constructing, so and this is the road that goes back to these 3 sites. So this site would definitely be like a small vehicle, tent site only, and also here, tent site only, because there's no parking in that area. But lots of green, lots of blue. There's actually a walking trail right above. So we're gonna loop around here. First of all, I gotta get the dog because he's barking. Okay, got the dog. He was barking. I got too far away from him. He was missing me. So here's the curve. We'll finish up our tour. Nice wide curve. I think made for bigger vehicles, should be able to fit through here pretty easy. And over here will be another water spigot. And I think maybe right there, a vault toilet, or on the other side. But the vault toilet will be up here. This side is a pull-through site. There's the dog. He's happy now. He's with me. Pull-through site, so you can pull through and stop. RV and picnic table area. Road goes down here. But all this, like I said, is brand new. Fire rings still have the tags on them. Things are spanking brand new. Just need to get some dirt growing on these. I mean, some grass or something growing on these hills to keep them washing down. And there's going to be a total of 11 sites on this upper loop. There used to be, I think, 15. And then when they redesigned it, they made it down to 11. So once again, it's due to the amount of people, the size of the area, toilets, water, etc. But it's pretty quiet up here. You can't hear the road. And this area here is going to be another pit toilet. It was an old campsite, so they're making it into a pit toilet. Back to my left is another large group site. Just 2 tables and a tent area, so you can get like an RV and a tent, or maybe 2 RVs and a tent. Up to 16 people, as I mentioned. And right back here, we'll continue on walking, is a trailhead. Sorry for the radio noise, but that focus in on it. The dog is just all over me here. We'll get here. This is the Spruces Trail access to Virgin Rim Trail, and it goes up about a half a mile, and it joins into the Virgin Rim Trail, which is about, I think, 7 or 8 miles around, and you can get the side or the back view of Zion. And they said, I haven't been there yet, but I will sometime, and we'll take you along on our trek on our day off. But they said the views are spectacular, overlooking the valley and the back of Zion and the mountains, and the oldest remnants of the oldest fir tree are somewhere up there. It's supposed to be like 13 feet across, the trunk is, so it's supposed to be the old ancient fir tree. So we'll take you guys up on a hike sometime. And the dog found some shade, but we're going to head back down. So we're about through with this upper loop. And we're just going to jump off the side here instead of going back down the road. But there's one more site back in here that's a pretty nice one. It's a single site, overlooks the lake and the highway. Like I said, the highway is not that busy, so you wouldn't be afraid to park there. This is an old, I'm just saying this is going to be an old campsite, but I think it's just going to be like an overflow parking because it doesn't go anywhere and it doesn't join anything. It's just kind of dead ends. So we'll see when they get through building everything. These nice little fir trees. Oh, they're so beautiful, green, bright. And here is the last campsite over here, which is a single campsite, and it overlooks the highway and the lake, as I mentioned. Got shade on both sides, aspen trees and some pine trees, fir trees, and easy access in and out. And I don't know what number this is going to change to, but this was number 26. But as I mentioned, there's only 22 sites now, so they'll be changing numbers, I guess. I may be leaving them alone. I don't know. We'll find out. But here's that side. We'll get a little closer to the edge and show you the overlook. Let me hook the dog back up here so he can not bark at me. But here's the view from like the 10 site area overlooking the lake. And it will be overlooking right down there where my bus will be, hopefully soon. We'll have more on that. Hopefully we'll get it back soon, but we'll see what happens. And there's the view of the lake. You know, when I first got here, I didn't really like the lower campground because it was so open. You know, all the trees are gone and the campsites are wide open, but now that it's gotten a little bit greener and it's got people in it, and I've been here a couple weeks, it's kind of like it. And as the boss said, when you get to your campground, remember, it's your campground. You run it. I'm not going to bother you. It's your campground. So I feel like it's my campground. But oh, of course, I got to make sure I collect money. That's what they're really interested in, is the money to pay up the lease fees and payroll and etc. But there's a highway. Like I said, it's not busy. Every once in a while we have a few ATVs come by through here or something else, but it's pretty quiet. So we're going to head back down because I think there's someone wanting to check in, and I've got to be a camp host. So I better go do my job. Well, we got them checked in. Was somebody wanting to check in, and this is the lake. The next morning, like a clear and bright. This lake is on the lower loop, but you can see it from the upper loop. So one thing to look around here and we'll talk about sometime is the kind of evergreen trees. There's several different kinds up here. There are white fir, Douglas fir, white spruce, and aspen trees, and just a variety. We'll kind of go through maybe some time and give you an idea of how they're distinguished and what they look like. I'm gonna have to do some research myself because I don't know exactly for sure, but I do know that there are several varieties of evergreens, and aspens are easy to pick out, but the evergreens are kind of tricky sometimes to me because they all kind of look alike. but there isn't. So we'll end this video here and enjoy the view of the lake. Take the dog out. He's kind of there and looking out over the lake. We got a boat down there on the lake making little waves. And they just restocked this lake last week with 2,000 9-inch tiger muskies fish. So there'll be some people out here catching fish. But there's the lake. And we'll leave it here, as I said. And we'll catch you guys on down at the campground. Have a good one.